Good morning, students. In the previous class, we have learned about the plane electromagnetic waves in free space, how the waves are traveling. That is, the waves are, we summarize that the plane electromagnetic waves travels with velocity of light in free space. And second point we have derived is the vectors E, H and K are mutually perpendicular, and we have replaced del with Ik in all calculations. So by substituting del with Ik, we find out that K dot E is equal to 0, K dot H is equal to 0. From that, the vectors K, E, H are mutually perpendicular. And next, take the next two Maxwell's equations, that is del cross E is equal to minus mu naught dou H by dou T. So if we substitute in place of del Ik, then we got K cross E is equal to omega mu naught H. Similarly, substitute the value of del in place of del vector, substitute Ik, then we get Ik cross H is equal to epsilon naught, and dou by dou T of E is nothing but E naught e power I K dot R minus I omega T. From that, I K cross H is equal to, the multiplication of time is minus I omega, so minus I omega epsilon naught dou by dou T of this total term is minus I omega into the same term. This term is represented with E. E is nothing but E naught e power I K dot R minus omega T. So I get cancelled. K cross H is equal to minus omega epsilon naught E. This is another equation. From this equation, we know that K is equal to K into n cap. The magnitude of K vector, propagation vector, is propagation vector along the unit vector. So if you substitute that then K into n cap cross E is equal to omega mu naught into H. Then n cross E is equal to omega mu naught by K into H. Then n cross E is equal to mu naught. Already we have derived K by omega. Omega by K by omega is C. So since K by omega is equal to C, this expression becomes mu naught by C into H. If you take the magnitude, that is the magnitude of n cross E is modulus of E mu naught by C into modulus of H. Then modulus of E by modulus of H is equal to mu naught by C, that is mu naught C. So in the previous class, the value of C is nothing but 1 by root of mu naught epsilon naught. So let us substitute that is root of 1 by mu naught into epsilon naught, that is root of mu naught by epsilon naught is the value of modulus of E by H. Then if you consider the units, that is the units of E is volt per meter, the units of magnetic field intensity is ampere turn per meter, turn meter. So this volt per ampere, meter get cancelled, the units are volt per ampere per turn. So these are the units of the resistance, that is V is equal to IR, then R is equal to V by A. So this term is having the units of the impedance or the resistance. This term is represented with Z0. So Z0 is the wave impedance of plane electromagnetic wave in free space, which is nothing but the ratio of magnitude of electric field intensity versus the magnitude of magnetic field intensity. It is root of mu naught by epsilon naught. Here mu naught is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7, epsilon naught is 8.825 into 10 power minus 12. So if you calculate this, we get 376.6 ohms, which is a real and positive value. So the wave impedance of the plane electromagnetic wave in free space is positive, which is of the value 376.6. This indicates that the real and positive value of the impedance indicates that these field vectors E and H are in same phase. If you get the real positive value of the impedance, then those vectors are said to be in same phase. So we have derived the third conclusion. First one is, in free space, electromagnetic waves travel with velocity of light. Second point, the wave vectors E, H and K are mutually perpendicular. The third point is, the electric and magnetic field vectors are in same phase. These are the three summary points of plane electromagnetic wave in free space. Next one is, another quantity we want to calculate in free space for the plane electromagnetic wave is Poynting vector. So this is indicated with the letter S. S is nothing but Poynting vector. The Poynting vector is nothing but the cross product of electric field vector with the magnetic field vector. It gives the information about the energy, that is the energy associated with the plane electromagnetic in free space per unit area per unit time. By calculating the Poynting vector, how the energy of this plane electromagnetic wave is propagating per unit area per unit time will be calculated. E cross H. From this derivation, H value is N cross E by mu naught C. So see the previous calculation. Before that we have this step, modulus of H is equal to N cross E by mu naught C. Let us substitute this value here. N cross E divided by mu naught C. A cross B cross C is nothing but A dot B into C minus A dot C into B. A cross B cross C, then we can expand it as E dot E into N minus E dot N into E divided by mu naught into C. We calculated that the E vector, H vector and the propagation vector and the unit vector are mutually perpendicular. Then E dot N, since the angle between these two values is 90 degrees, this quantity becomes 0. So this is E square N by mu naught C. So we have calculated the wave impedance as modulus of E by H, that is mu naught C. So that is mu naught into 1 by root of. So here we can replace mu naught C with the impedance term. So in the previous class mu naught root of 1 by c is replaced with mu naught epsilon naught, that is root of mu naught by epsilon naught we have derived. So in place of mu naught c we can replace with the wave impedance, that is E square n by z naught. So this is the Poynting vector. So the energy flowing is along the direction of the unit vector, and we can calculate the average value, the average energy flowing per unit area and per unit time can be calculated as, that is here n is constant, 1 by z naught is constant, the average value of E square multiplied by n. So this is the Poynting vector. The average Poynting vector is 1 by z naught E square into n. Then the Poynting vector, the average Poynting vector is 1 by z naught. The value of E square is, we have assumed that it is E naught square e power I k dot r minus I omega t. So here we should take the real value multiplied by n, which is equivalent to E naught square is constant, it is a complex amplitude of e power I k dot r whole square real value k dot r minus I omega t whole square its real part multiplied by n. E naught square divided by z, e power x is cos x plus I sin x. So the real part is cos term, that is cos square. Take the real part only, that is if you take I common, k dot r minus omega t real value, that is average value. The average value of cos square term is 2, 1 by 2. So this is E naught square by 2 z naught into n is the energy flowing per unit area. This E naught square by 2 is called E root mean square value square, that is ERMS value is E naught by root 2 multiplied by n by z naught. So from this we conclude that the energy flowing per unit area and per unit time for a plane electromagnetic wave is along the direction of the unit vector. This is the another assumption. Next, the energy densities of the ratio of electrostatic and magnetostatic energies. So it is electrostatic energy is UE, magnetostatic energy is UM. So UE is 1 by 2 epsilon naught E square, and magnetostatic energies, it is a predefined value 1 by 2 for magnetostatic permeability H square. 1 by epsilon naught E square is the electrostatic energy, 1 by 2 mu naught into H square is the